The distress beacon pulsed weakly through the void, a dying heartbeat in the silence of space. Archie's salvage vessel, the Wayfarer, had picked it up 3 hours ago, faint, almost missed among the cosmic static. Most salvagers would have ignored it. Distress calls in the outer reaches usually meant trouble, and trouble meant credits lost, not earned. But Archie wasn't most salvagers. The derelict ship hung in the darkness like a broken toy, its hull scarred by micrometeorite impacts and energy weapon burns. Archie maneuvered the Wayfarer alongside, magnetic clamps engaging with a metallic groan. He checked his suit's seals, twice-old habits from his military days, and cycled through the airlock. The interior was a tomb. Emergency lights flickered red, casting long shadows down corridors filled with floating debris. Archie pushed through, following his scanner toward the beacon source. The ship was Zelthari design. He noted one of the insectoid species from the Gamma Quadrant. Peaceful traders, mostly. What had happened here? He found the answer in what had once been the cargo bay. Bodies, dozens of them. Zelthari crew members frozen in death's embrace, their chitinous exoskeletons cracked and broken. Pirates, Archie realized, recognizing the methodical brutality. They'd taken everything of value and left the rest to die in the cold. That's when he heard a sound so small he almost missed it beneath his own breathing. A whimper. Archie's heart hammered as he pushed toward the sound. Behind a collapsed bulkhead, partially hidden by torn insulation, he found her. A child, no more than 7 or 8 in human years, though her species was harder to determine. She had the basic humanoid form: 2 arms, 2 legs, a head, but her skin shimmered with an iridescent quality, shifting between blue and violet in the dim light. Her large, golden eyes were fixed on the body beside her, the Zelthari woman, her mother. Archie assumed lay still, one segmented arm stretched protectively over the child. Dead for hours, at least. The girl looked up at Archie, and he saw something that transcended species, pure, desperate hope mixed with primal fear. "Hey there," Archie said softly, keeping his movement slow. "I'm here to help." The child didn't respond. She might not speak standard or any human language, but she understood tone. He could see that in the slight relaxation of her shoulders. She looked back at her mother's body, a keening sound escaping her throat. Archie's chest tightened. He'd seen orphans before, in the war, too many, each one a failure, a reminder that the universe was crueler than it had any right to be. "I know," he said, though she couldn't understand the words. "I know it hurts, but we need to go. It's not safe here." He extended his hand. The girl stared at it, then at her mother, then back at him. Slowly, trembling, she reached out. Her hand was small in his gloved palm, her skin surprisingly warm through the suit material. As Archie gently pulled her from her hiding spot, she suddenly yanked back, pointing frantically at something near her mother's body. A small device, crystalline and pulsing with faint light. Archie retrieved it carefully. Some kind of data storage, he guessed. Or perhaps something more personal. The girl clutched it to her chest like a lifeline. Getting her back to the Wayfarer took patience. She flinched at every sound, froze at every shadow. Archie talked the whole way, a steady stream of meaningless words meant only to comfort. He told her about Earth, about his cat back on the station, about the stars outside, and how they were going somewhere safe. In the Wayfarer's med bay, Archie's automated systems ran diagnostics. The girl was malnourished and dehydrated, suffering from mild hypothermia, but otherwise unharmed. The skin identified her species, Luminae, from the Andara system, a rare species known for their empathic abilities and bioluminescent skin. They were also known for bonding deeply with their family units, which explained why she hadn't left her mother's body. Even as death closed in, Archie set course for Waystation Harmony, the nearest hub with proper medical facilities and a refugee relief center. It would take for days. He set the girl up in his spare cabin, really just a converted storage space. But he made it comfortable with extra blankets and dimmed lights. She didn't speak for the first 2 days, just sat on the bunk, clutching that crystalline device, her skin flickering between dark purples and grays. Archie brought her food 3 times a day, speaking softly, never pushing. He'd learned something in the war. Grief needed space. On the 3rd day, he found her in the cockpit, staring out at the stars. Archie settled into his pilot's chair, giving her distance. "Nancy," she said suddenly. Her voice small but clear. Archie blinked. "What?" She pointed to herself. "Nancy, my name, Nancy." Her standard was broken, heavily accented, but understandable. Relief flooded through him. "Nancy," he repeated, and smiled. "That's a beautiful name." "I'm Archie." "Archie," she echoed, testing the syllables. Then, quieter, "Archie." "Help, Nancy?" His throat tightened. "Yeah, kid. I'm going to help you." Over the next day, Nancy opened up in fragments. Her mother had been a xenolinguist, traveling to conferences across the galaxy. They'd been heading home when the pirates attacked. Everyone had hidden, but the pirates were thorough. Her mother had used her body to shield Nancy, had whispered for her to stay quiet, to stay hidden no matter what. And Nancy had. Even when the ship grew cold, even when the silence became unbearable. "You were very brave," Archie told her, and meant it. Your mother would be proud. Nancy's skin flickered gold for just a moment, the first warm color he'd seen from her. "Archie, you keep Nancy?" The question hit him like a physical blow. There are people at the station. Good people. They'll find you a home, with your own species maybe, or no." Nancy's eyes filled with something like panic, her skin flashing dark red. "Nancy, stay. With Archie. Please." Archie looked at the small, broken child who'd survived the unsurvivable, who'd lost everything and somehow still had the courage to ask for what she needed. He thought about his empty ship, his lonely routes through the stars, the hollow feeling that had followed him since the war ended. Maybe the universe was cruel, but maybe, sometimes, it also offered second chances. "Yeah, kid," Archie said, his voice rough. "You can stay with me. We'll figure it out together." Nancy's skin burst into brilliant gold, swirls of bright blue dancing across her arms. She launched herself at him, tiny arms wrapping around his waist in a fierce hug. Archie held her carefully, protectively, and looked out at the stars. Somewhere out there, a mother's last act of love had saved her daughter. And somehow, that same act had saved him too. They'd figure out the details, the paperwork, the legal guardianship, the Lumine dietary requirements. But for now, this was enough. A human and an alien child. Two orphans of different wars, finding family in the vast darkness of space. That was the human way. After all, to find hope in the ruins, to build families from strangers, to say not on my watch to a universe that too often didn't care. Nancy fell asleep in his arms as the Wayfarer sailed on through the stars, her skin glowing softly with dreams of better days ahead.